It's mid-April. I'm about to go around the yard in the old Yamaha phaser one last time. So we decided to tear out the soffit around the heating ducts because it was cobbed together. None of these nails were actually hitting anything, so when you pulled the whole thing down, it just kind of fell down really easily. You can see it's just cobbed together. And then another board shot off of here, went over there up to the ceiling. And the drywall is not supposed to span that large of a gap, so that's like a good 3 feet each way. And it'll help us raise the soffit up a little bit too, hopefully.
Get some lights in there.
Yeah, we can get some can lights in the soffit so it's not so dark and give you a little bit more headroom. It should look nicer. And it's ready for drywall. We just used 2x2s on top and bottom, and then attached them together with 7/16 plywood OSB. and did 3 of those. So that'll give plenty of support for fiberglass reinforced drywall to go across. And we'll probably try to hang that tonight or tomorrow, potentially. And you see we redid the whole thing, because it was pretty cobbed together before. They used a bunch of 2x4s and nails, and when they nailed into the wall, they actually missed everything. So basically just the drywall was holding up a lot of it along the walls. And then in the center, the framing had huge gaps between them, and it was sagging in the center, so the drywall kind of sagged down. And it was also level with this all the way across. So we were able to raise the soffit up about a good 4 or 5 inches to get a lot more head height, because it felt kind of cramped when you walked under here. We also added some can lights. We added 2 4-inch can lights, and we connected them to these back 2 can lights. So that'll help a lot, because it was kind of dark in this area. It should make it feel a lot more inviting.
Yeah, I thought about trying to salvage this shed, but after looking at it, the base and everything's all rotted out. It's kind of small anyway. It needed a new roof. The doors needed rebuilt. So I actually have electric running over there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a little outlet popping up where the pond was. I'm probably gonna build a new shed there. So we decided just to scrap this one.
right, the yard's pretty much cleared out. We got almost every tree that we're gonna remove removed. We got the rotten shed out of there, threw part of it in the trash, part of it in the burn pit. We got the old rotten play set, that went in the burn pit. That was made out of redwood. We just got that tall cherry tree to take down right by the barn. We got all these trees out of there, and you can kind of see over there in the burn pile, it's smoldering a little bit yet. It's been a couple days since we burned it. It was a very big brush pile. Went from probably all the way over there to all the way over there where those roots are. It was pretty enormous. Now it's just reduced to a pile of ashes, and pretty much we're doing all this while we're waiting for the drywall finishers to get done. So let's warp inside. All right, so we're inside the house, and all the spots where you see a piece of blue painter's tape, there's an imperfection in the drywall, and that could be a minor imperfection to something that's fairly obvious and easy to spot. Needless to say, the drywallers missed quite a bit. Now, the walls weren't primed when they left because I wanted to save a little bit of money, so I primed it myself. And then after you prime it, they are a little bit easier to spot. But what the drywaller should have done before they left was to take one of these bright lights and shine it sideways down the wall. And when you do that, it creates a shadow in any drywall imperfection and makes them really easy to spot. And then you can address it right then and there. And really, you don't have to have the walls primed to be able to do that. And most really good drywallers know that trick, and they do that trick. I also do that when I paint, just to check for any drips that you can go back and kind of hit before the paint dries. Hopefully we can get them back in here soon to get all this fixed so we can move on to the next thing. So in here I got part of my hardwood floor climatizing, and this is what I ended up going with. It's a European white oak, or French white oak. And I went with the engineered wide plank. So the top 4 millimeters is the wear layer of the white oak, and then the rest is the 9-ply plywood. And the reason you want to go with an engineered hardwood when it's a wide plank is because if it's a solid wood and it's that wide, it's gonna want to cup, probably pretty bad, and maybe split. And crack. That's why most solid hardwood floors, are just 3 or 4 inches wide. So I wanted to go with the wide plank look. I think it looks nice. And then this European white oak is not the same species as the white oak found in the US, so it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit lighter color too, which I think looks really nice. It almost has like a gray hue to it. So here's the soffit all drywalled that we ended up rebuilding. So over here, we added all this. So this will be the laundry room down in the basement. So we'll have 2 laundry rooms, one on the main level. There's an option to do it there. Then you got right here, just kind of more out of the way, which is what I like. Not right where you're walking in from the garage. You won't have a bunch of laundry there. And then over here is a bathroom. So you'll be able to do a pretty good sized bathroom for down here. And we're gonna do some other type of plumbing to where you don't have to knock out the concrete. You just kind of raise up the shower a little bit, and it'll go to a pump system right over there that can pump it out in a way, and it'll all just be mounted on top of the concrete. So then back here, we just ended up reworking a lot of the electrical. Somebody got their hands on it at one point in time and decided it was a good idea to splice into a bunch of different places and add a bunch of junction boxes and hang these lights really low to where you'd knock your head on them if you were walking by. So tore all that out, put in some can lights, and basically rework the electrical back here. So other than that, back here's kind of on hold for a while until we get a little bit farther along. And I think that's about it for this video. I'll check back in with you guys when the drywallers are done and show you more of the progress. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like and subscribe. Thanks.